Hi, everybody. Thank you
Hello.
all so much for joining. Today, Dale and I are going to be talking all about seeds for upcoming spring. We are so excited to be back into spring thinking. Like, it is actually like really close to time to start seeds, and we are so excited. It's
Yeah, it
awesome.
always gets here before we know it, and we're finally going to go through and pick out all the things that we're going to be growing in the spring. Well, this is probably isn't these probably aren't all the things. These are the things we're planning to grow now, at least.
Yes.
And Carrie and I have both spent some time going through looking at all the new varieties that have come in, and taking a look at what grew well for us last year, what we want to try, and we both picked out a list of. We both have about 25 of different varieties we're going to try and each get through 10, and if we still have time we may do some more. So if you're out there trying to figure out what you're going to grow in the spring, this is a good opportunity to listen in and learn from what we've had success with and what we're excited to grow. And yeah, we're kind of going to treat this a little bit like a fantasy football draft in a way, is kind of what we're thinking about it. So we're each going to go through and we'll do one at a time, talk about why we like that one, why we're growing it. I'm gonna try and pick some of Carrie's favorites before she can do it, and
That's
it's
mean.
so
That's funny. Oh, well, let me back up really quick too, because I always forget to introduce myself and you, like who we are. But welcome. My name is Carrie, and this is Dale. This is my husband Dale. We live in Oklahoma in Zone 7, and we started gardening back 10 years ago. And we neither one of us had ever really gardened before, and before we decided to jump right in, and there was so much to learn along the way, and we really wished that there was an app for that, and we ended up creating the Seed to Spoon app, which hopefully most all of you have heard of. Yep, thank you, Dale. Popped up the QR code. If you have never heard of the Seed to Spoon app, it is right it there. Scan that right there. It'll help walk you through growing over like 150 different fruits, vegetables, herbs. Give you exact planting dates based on your location. I mean, visual garden layout. There's Growbot in there. So many amazing things that I could really just spend the hour probably going through, and we'll have one of those sessions coming up soon. But that's the high level. And go through and comment in the comment section, because each time you comment through, you will be entered in to win a free 1-year premium Seed to Soon app subscription, along with one of the seed packets from Park Seed that we're going to be talking about today. So a lot of amazing varieties in there too. So definitely make sure you're commenting. Each time you comment, you'll be entered in to win.
awesome. Well, you ready to get started?
I am. I am. Ooh, who gets to go first?
You can go first. I'm gonna just go first.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. Um, Here, let me pull up. Here we go. So we're gonna go through the Parkseed website and find our favorites, and I'm gonna add them all to the cart as we go through too. We love shopping at Parkseed. I mean, honestly, we beforehand, whenever we were gardening, whenever we first started, like I was starting like 2 or 3 seeds in each seed starting area, and just fingers crossed that at least one of them would germinate. And then we ended up changing over to Park Seed, and it was just incredible, the difference that it made in the germination rate. It was just unbelievable. Like I was still putting like 2 or 3 seeds in each place, and all of them would germinate, and I'm like, oh, I got to rethink this. So now it's still weird to me, but I only put one seed down, and I'm like, I just know it's going to germinate. But yes, it's absolutely amazing. I love Park Seed seeds. The quality is absolutely incredible. Dale and I have been out there to South Carolina, and they have like refrigerated facilities that they store these seeds in. They're stored absolutely like pristine. Like everything is just perfect. It's great. So
Yeah,
yeah.
one of the eye-opening things for us whenever we joined Park Seed. Before then, we had really a lot of our seeds we were just buying from like big box stores, or just like We really weren't paying attention to where our seeds were coming from. We just had the philosophy of, well, we'll just plant 2 or 3 and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
I
when
didn't
we,
realize that there was a difference.
yeah, and I think that difference really like comes down to how the seeds are stored. Now that I've been around it for a few years and I've seen it firsthand, the seeds that they keep out there in their facility in South Carolina, like Carrie mentioned, are in this giant refrigerated warehouse and like dark conditions. They're in the ideal environment for seeds to be in, as opposed to in the middle of a store in like 70 degrees and bright light and all those conditions where seeds will deteriorate pretty quick. So we switched over now for the past 3 or 4 years. We've used Park Seeds exclusively, and it's been eye-opening. It's nearly 100% germination rate. We don't have to worry about if something's going to grow. We just know that it's going to grow well, which has really
Yeah.
taken it's made it so much more convenient. So, all right, well, let's start shopping. What's your first one?
Let's do it. Okay. Oh man, this is
Let's
stressful.
preface this with like our criteria here because we're not shopping for the entire year. We're shopping for spring vegetables. We're going to do flowers next week. So today is just all about spring vegetables, and we each have a grow tower, one of those green stalk grow towers. Carrie, can you show a green stalk on there? Can you go to the? Sorry, I'm
Oh,
ruining your pick already. Oh,
you are. My goodness. Here.
stealing your thunder.
Okay, you
Well, on
want a
the
picture of me?
side, are they on there?
I'm finding it. Let's see. I,
So each of
oh,
us
there
have
it is.
green stalk that we are going to be kind of picking out what we're growing in. And so a lot of the stuff I'm choosing today is like picked for this green stock. So we're really excited about these green stalks. We started using them a lot last year. We have this is picture was from like a few hours ago. We have these growing all winter long, and it's been awesome. Look at the books, what's behind me right now. Like this is all stuff that we're growing in our sunroom right now in the winter, and really excited about these green stocks. All right, so I stole your thunder. You want to share your first pick again? We all knew it was going to be something purple. So which purple plant is it?
Oh goodness. Okay, I'm going over. Okay. Okay. So for those of you who can't see the screen, I am doing, of course, a purple one, but this is my absolute favorite broccoli right here. This purple magic broccoli. I am adding it to cart before I forget. But this is going to be my number one pick this year because it grew incredible last year. It was our first time growing it last spring. And I have a funny video of which like panning up and oh man, it's just gorgeous. I loved it. Yes, this is my number one pick right there.
I knew it was going to be something purple, and this one is probably the best pick of all the purples because not only is it beautiful, but it actually grew really well. Like she said,
Yes.
in the spring, we had some difficulty growing broccoli. We had a lot of pest pressure, not with this one. And it was
Nope.
really eye-opening how much of a difference there was on the purple broccoli versus the green broccolis. They were right next to each other. So this one's a good pick. This one's a winner.
Yeah, it was my number one. Yes. Look, Susan was saying mine too on the broccoli. She got that one too. Yes.
All right. So if we're going broccoli first, I'm gonna throw my broccoli in the mix then. So
Okay.
aspa broccoli. And we're going to be popping QR codes up as well. I wish there was a search feature on these QR codes so it was easier for us to pop these up. So I'll talk a little bit about aspartame. Look at that picture first of all. That is literally how it looks when you harvest it. It's not going to be broccoli like you're used to from the store if you haven't grown this type of broccoli before. It's quite a bit different. It doesn't grow like one giant head of broccoli. It produces a ton of these little side shoots. And these side shoots are so tasty and they're so much easier to cook with. Um, Man, I really want that right now. It looks so good. Seriously, if you have a Blackstone or something like that, just chop these up, throw it on there with some olive oil and like a little bit of butter at the end, and it is so good. It is my favorite way to eat broccoli, and it's an easier way to grow broccoli because when we first started trying to grow broccoli, I think we went with Walton 29, like the standard broccoli that gets like the big headed broccoli. And we had a giant hailstorm come through because we're in Oklahoma, and that's the kind of thing that happens here. And it destroyed that broccoli plant. This was like our first year of growing broccoli, and I remember going on the Oklahoma gardening Facebook group and commenting about it, like, "Oh no, my broccoli is ruined." And somebody commented back, "Well, you realize you can eat like the entire plant, right?" And I was like, "Nope, I did not realize that." And it was really eye-opening. And from that moment on, we started thinking differently about broccoli. And instead of trying to grow these giant broccoli heads, we grow these side shoots. We also harvest some of the leaves. Like it tastes a lot like the inside of like an egg roll. Whenever you like harvest this and chop, it's so good. So anyway, that's two broccolis leading with all the kids' favorite food out there. But literally, like our kids do like broccoli whenever we make it this way. Um, I think a lot of us as kids, like we tried the broccoli from like the cafeteria or whatever that was like steamed, and it just like that. That's not my jam. I like broccoli like this, cooked in a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter. It's so good. So
We did get asked if it tastes bitter. I guess other broccoli that is side shooting tastes a little bitter.
this one tastes incredible. No, this one
Yeah.
like
I've
yeah,
never noticed any bitterness at all.
yeah.
Yeah, it does. It tastes incredible. I love it. Yeah. Confirmation.
Yeah, this is one of the best tasting broccolis in my mind. Awesome,
Okay.
Susan.
Yes. So it is just like a little like a broccolini. Yep.
Yeah, it's a hybrid broccoli. So,
Okay.
all right, your pick.
You knew what I was gonna do, and you knew it was another really pretty one. But this is what I'm doing next. This is the Constance kohlrabi, and we did this for the first time this fall. And I have one that I can see it right now, right there in the sunroom. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I haven't eaten this yet, but I know it's going to taste amazing because I love kohlrabi, the taste of it. So like I know it's going to taste great. So I'm excited to harvest that one because it is ready to harvest. But it is, oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I am a huge fan of just kohlrabi in general, but this one especially, I was like, oh my gosh, it's one of my new favorites. Absolutely love it.
If kohlrabi is new to you, it was to us a few years ago as well.
Yeah.
We'd never even heard of it. And the best way to think of it is it's kind of like a little ball of broccoli. So if you like, so this is one of the reasons why we don't necessarily grow like the giant broccoli heads too, because if we do want that consistency and flavor of like the middle part of the broccoli, like not the flowery head part, but like that stalk part, that's pretty much what this is. It's like a softball of that. And it's very fast growing. It's very reliable, easy to grow. You can see one like right behind my shoulder, right here. That's that purple one you were talking about.
Yep.
They're awesome. It's kind of like I kind of view this almost like, almost how I view something like a radish, where I know it's just going to be consistent and we're going to be able to harvest it. And it kind of looks like a radish a little bit too, but it's just that consistency of knowing, okay, this is going to be something I can sow and then harvest like every 2 months or so, and just kind of keep a new round of it going, as opposed to broccoli, which is going to be something that's kind of, I'm going to try and keep that alive all spring, which is nice, but it's also kind of stressful because if that plant dies, then, you know, I got to get another one going. Whereas on this kohlrabi, I just know it's going to be a new round going, every
And it's
couple.
pretty fast too. Like it usually within 2 months you have it like it's ready to harvest. And you just chop it at the base and the entire plant is edible. The leaves, the bulb, like all of it is edible. It's absolutely incredible.
Okay, I'm gonna break up
I
the
will
party.
say that was saying kohlrabi and the green stock. Dale's picking all of his green stock ones. I have other picks as well. I'm not going to put the kohlrabi in the green stock though. I am going to keep it in like this little smart pots right there around. I might be able to do it in the green stock. I don't know. I might experiment, but I'm probably not going to be putting that in the green stock.
Yeah, good call on calling that out. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
break up the brassica
great.
party.
Susan said she did a whole green stock of kohlrabi last
Oh,
season, and it actually did really good. So that's great to know too.
nice. We'll try it. We're gonna try and push the
Yeah,
limit in stocks and see what all we can grow in them.
I
That's
will
one of my
definitely give it a try.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, my pick is one that I know I'm probably stealing from you because it
Oh
is
no.
both our favorite spinach, and going with Imperial Star.
Oh my goodness. I knew you would pick mine.
Well, we tried to not show each other the list, but like until we did it, but we had to add the QR codes in, so she had to see it. So Imperial Star.
Oh my gosh, I love Imperial Star.
The picture on this one really doesn't do it justice because the way that we like to grow it is we let the leaves get really big. So they'll get like bigger than my hand, and it becomes the perfect tortilla replacement for us in the spring. So this is one of the best varieties of spinach that we found for growing those large leaves that we like to
Almost like a
basically.
little taco, what we would need.
Yeah, the flavor on them is really good. It's not overwhelming. It's kind of a mild flavor. Um, yeah, it's a good spinach. And there's a lot of other spinaches too, but this is the one that we grow for the purpose of the wraps. So highly recommend this one.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that one. I'm sad you got to it before me. Hey, I'm gonna steal some of your seeds though, and I'm putting it in my green stock too. So
That's
ha.
fine. That's fine. I'm gonna with the harvest.
Okay, let's see. Well, since you shifted to some, I'm gonna do some lettuce. And I'm gonna do this red sales lettuce right here. I am a big fan of this one because again, I know if you I mean you guys know me. I love everything unique, colors, flavors, texture, like all of that. I love growing things that you can't find in the grocery store. It makes growing fun and different and I love these. They're so pretty and they look unique and they taste incredible. I am a huge fan of this lettuce. This is I have two favorite lettuces. We'll see if Dale gets to my next favorite one before me. But I have two favorite lettuces. This is definitely one of them on the list. And I will do my next favorite one next.
Well, I'll
Oh,
let you do next lettuce. I'm not going to steal your lettuce. That is a.
oh,
I'm going to jump to something completely different. This will not go in a green stock. This is going to go in a giant smart pot. But these are my favorite potatoes. Are the Austrian crescent potatoes.
oh.
So these potatoes are awesome because, well, for a number of reasons. Number one, they taste incredible, but also they make a bunch of these smaller little potatoes that I just find so handy when it comes to cooking because I don't have to take a giant potato and cut it all up. And I also like the fact that when I cut this up into a bunch of little cubes, like I have like a little bit of that skin on all sides of it. And this is just one of my favorite potatoes to cook with. And if you want to make mashed potatoes or something, it's pretty quick because they're smaller, so they boil faster. They're just a really awesome potato and highly recommend this. And I highly recommend buying potatoes from Park Seed too. Out of like it's a really good value. You get a ton of potatoes. I mean, we every year we order all the varieties of potatoes and we have a really hard time fitting them all in because you get so many. So it's a really good value. There's a ton of different varieties of potatoes. We'll try and cover as many as we can today, but you really can't go wrong with any of them. They all are pretty awesome. There's some purple ones, which I'm sure Carrie will want to talk about in a bit. So there's a lot of different potatoes out there, but this is my favorite.
Yeah, I do agree on these right here. These were on my list as well too, just because they do taste incredible and they're very easy to cook with like you said, because they're real small and a lot easier. So I like that. Okay. Um, okay, I was going to my next lettuce. I told you all I would do is this sandy lettuce seeds. This this variety seriously does absolutely incredible for me and I have so many of these beautiful plants. They just get so gorgeous and huge pieces of lettuce. I can't keep up with harvesting. Even like I have like 3 or 4 plants in the sunroom and I harvest from them like every single day. Like I kid you not, like Dale and I are in there every single day harvesting lettuce from in there, and it barely looks like we've done anything. It's just, yeah, it's incredible. And this is probably one of the best tasting varieties too for me. Like it tastes incredible. It's just, yeah, you can't go wrong with this sandy lettuce. It is definitely one of my favorites.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I saw somebody was asking about red sails if that one was frost tolerant. Um, I mean, I haven't noticed any differences between it and any other variety of lettuce that I've grown. I mean, it is to a point, but it's not going to tolerate like a hard frost. But usually, like it does fine typically for me if it is like a, um, like very little frost.
All right, let's stay on the bandwagon. I'm going to go with a lettuce that's very similar to Sandy,
Here,
which is
hold on. Let me
oh
answer his question real quick. Because Yvette was asking about if sandy lettuce was best treated as a cut and come again or a cut like the head. So this is just I've just been doing it as a cut and come again, and it will definitely come again for you because it definitely like it just keeps going and going and going nonstop.
yeah. We don't really do very many of the head lettuces. We
Yeah,
try and really do the cut and come again
I have
ones.
one on my list, but that's it.
All right, so my pick for lettuce is Wizard. It's very similar to Sandy. It's
Yeah.
not quite like, so you can see in the Sandy, it like forms a pretty good clump in the middle. This is a little more loose leaf.
Mhm.
It tastes really good. So it's another good lettuce. And I think I have a lot of this growing. Well, in the green stock that we have now, I think we grew like one of every
Yeah.
kind of lettuce. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one
we
of the
have an entire row of the wizard lettuce growing in that green stalk, and it's doing really well, and it's definitely one that tastes really good. Because because I saw you added this, I was like, oh, I didn't even think of adding wizard to my list because that was our first time growing it was this last year, and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, that one is really good. I really like that one.
We should do a tour of that green stock and just show like each level of what lettuce we have and
Yeah, yeah, because we have
do,
so many different varieties in there, and they're all different and unique and look different, have a different texture and like taste even. It's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I remember when we did that taste test for the first time last year. It was really interesting how different the flavors were among them all. All right, it's your pick.
Okay. I will do something completely different that we have not done yet. I am going to do these Patio Pride pea seeds because we definitely need to add peas into the garden. And this is probably one of my newest favorite ways to add in things into a small space. I actually put some peas into a hanging basket this year, which was fun. And then I have some growing actually in the sunroom too. And like this one is just, it's a great pea to sneak into locations that you don't have a lot of space or you don't have a huge trellis or anything like that. And you can like fit it in a really small space. I was so surprised. Like they were like this big and already like flowering and fruiting. Like do you say fruiting whenever it's peas? I don't even know.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you call it? Okay. It sounded weird, but I was like, it's not fruit. I don't know. But yeah, they were so small and they were like having these little peas on them. I was like, this is incredible. Like, seriously, very, very tiny plant. So if you don't have a lot of space, these peas are amazing. So definitely do that again. I'm adding these into hanging baskets. I'm going to sneak them into areas that I don't have a lot of space.
Yeah, one of the cool things about peas too is they'll help the other plants that are planted with them. So they'll take nitrogen out of the air, put them down into the soil, and then the plants around them will benefit from that as well. So it's a good thing to mix in kind of around your other stuff too. Okay, I'm gonna go with my next pick of baby leaf kale mix.
Oh.
So I really only like kale when it's in this state, meaning like baby leaves. Once it starts to get too mature, it just the flavor of it I don't really love unless we cook it, but I do like fresh kale whenever it's this size. So I want to have at least one level of my grow tower or the green stalk to be just nothing but baby leaf kale mix. We've got some of this growing in the sunroom now, and it's doing great. And yeah, need a little bit more.
Okay, let's
About
see.
kale, I want to mention,
Oh,
if you've only tried kale in the summer, try it in the winter or in the early spring because the flavor is so much different. It has kind of a bitter flavor once it starts to warm up, and then as it gets colder, it starts to sweeten up. So yeah, if you've given up on kale, try again with something like this, where it's like baby leaf. You harvest it really, really early, and try and harvest it when it's still cold.
okay. I have so many of them on here. It's so hard to pick which one I'm going next. It's like because I'm like I want all of these next, so it is very difficult. Okay. I'm going to do red express cabbage. So, I have two favorite cabbages, and this is one of them. It is again or blue. It's not blue. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk anymore. It is beautiful. I think that's what I was trying to say. And then, yeah, I don't know. But it is called Red Express, but it is like purpley red. It's really unique again because it just looks really great. But it not only looks really good, but this is actually really good with like pest resistance. Because I was growing all sorts of different like cabbages and broccoli and like all sorts of brassicas last season. And we had a lot of pest issues, but typically they tended to stay with like, oh man, they really hit like our amico cabbage real hard and like our other varieties. Like they just really hit them hard. But the purple magic broccoli that I already put on the list earlier and this red express cabbage, like they were left alone and they did incredible and looked incredible. And I was like, this is definitely one that I am always going to have on my list. This is also one that's a lot more compact than a normal, like huge cabbage. So it doesn't need quite as much space as a typical cabbage does. So I do tend to grow a lot more of these smaller varieties. So that case, like on the off chance that something does happen to them, I still have other ones too, and I have plenty of space to grow like smaller versions of it. So yeah, I like growing this one because it's a smaller variety and it's beautiful and always does a lot better. And it does taste really good too. We make an amazing coleslaw from this, and oh yeah, it's incredible. I love it.
All right. I'm going to go with something we've never grown before, but I saw this and I think it was one of the new varieties we have. It looked really interesting. So, avalanche white beet seeds. So, one of my complaints with beets typically is how much of a mess it is in the kitchen whenever we try and use them. So, my cutting board is going to be stained. Like, it's just going to be, I'm probably going to get some on my shirt. Like, it's going to be on the counter. It's kind of a mess. And that's kind of one of the drawbacks on why I haven't really done a lot with beets. And I saw these and I thought, I wonder if that's going to be different. So, I'm also wondering if it's going to have some of that like that turnip flavor, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm just really interested to try this and see how it goes. So probably won't be in a green stock. This will be in a smart pot or in the ground. But yeah, I saw these and they looked interesting. So let me know in the comments if you've grown some beets that are white like this or aren't that like the bright colors. Like if they have a different. I don't know. I'm just curious to see how they're different.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm excited to try that too. Nice. Looks like Julie said she grew some Red Express last year too, and it grew really good for her.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely a good one.
it makes sense why the cabbages and the broccolis that aren't green will have less pest pressure. Also wondering if there's a purple caterpillar out there we might attract or something. I don't know. Which you would probably like it. You'd probably.
Okay, since I was just talking about cabbage, I'm gonna pull up my other favorite cabbage too. Um, this one is like the complete opposite of my other favorite, but it's interesting because like these were my two favorite cabbages that we've grown for a couple years now. So the Red Express, and then this complete opposite on the spectrum, this Megaton, which is huge. This is a huge cabbage. It really does take up a lot of space, but it was so much fun to grow. And while it did get some pest issues, because it was so huge, I literally, like, I just peeled off the outer layers of it, and the inside, like, it was still bigger than a standard cabbage with zero pest issues, because I just peeled off the outer layers and gifted them to one of the animals somewhere on our farm or in the compost, you know. Um, but that it worked out perfect because it was so large. I love this, growing this one too. So if you have plenty of space, definitely give this megaton cabbage a try, because it was really good. It tasted amazing too. I absolutely loved it. We grew a couple different ones of them, and yeah, each one was amazing and incredible. I loved them.
I'm glad you brought up that lesson we learned last year about the giant cabbages, because we always, this is the first year we really tried to grow a giant cabbage outside of like the kids' giant
Yeah.
contests they did in the school. But it's the first time we tried to grow one for the purpose of eating it like that, and it was like, oh, that is an interesting like thing to learn, that you can kind of sacrifice those outer layers to pests, and the inside is still going to be good for most
Yeah.
pests. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That says she has limited space but can add smart pots. So yeah, I mean, pretty much every single one of these that we've talked about so far, you can grow into one of the smart pots. As they'll be like, I mean, yeah, but pretty much every single one of these I've added into into a smart pot and planted and grown everywhere. So
Okay. I'm gonna go with another new one. Another one I thought was interesting. The Black Nebula heirloom carrots.
oh yes, oh, I was so happy when I saw you put this one on there. And because I did not think of this one, but I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think of that one. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's always fun to grow unique colors of carrots. So the kids will be excited about these. And one of the things too about growing different colors, and it's not just like from the fun aspect, it's also from the health aspect, because every color that you grow comes with different nutrients and different benefits. So mixing up the different colors of things that you're growing can be good from a health perspective as well.
Yeah, absolutely. These looked so much fun to grow. 'Cause typically, like, I've never grown the black carrots before, but I know you guys have told me about them too in the past. So I am really excited to try these. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, I can't believe I haven't done this one yet. I haven't done Bright Lights Swiss chard.
I was some shocked it took you this long.
I know, I can't believe it did. I just saw it on my list. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't done that yet. Yes, this is one of my very favorites. Although I think I said that about all of them. I have a lot of favorites, as you can tell. I love growing everything, but this is, yeah, these are definitely one of my favorites. They are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, if you've never grown Bright Light Swiss chard, you have to give it a try. It is just, it's incredible. There's different, because you can see like the different color stalks in the picture right there. So gorgeous. I love it. And it actually like makes the kids want to eat it too, because it looks so pretty. And we like to use these like as tortilla replacements, and like the kids will like it too, because they do they're like, oh, I want one of the pink ones. And then, like, it just makes it fun. It makes eating it fun because they're so pretty. I will say too, the first time I've ever tried Swiss chard, I was not a fan, but we learned that it was because we harvested when it was like hot out. So we did learn that lesson. So if you do grow Swiss chard, it likes the cool season, and harvest it when it's cool out, and it will taste amazing. It will taste night and day different whenever it's like cool out versus warm out. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and she's not kidding about the way it looks. It is the most vivid thing in our garden. And I mean, it really gives a run for the money for things like flowers as far as beauty and
Yeah.
effect. So you could grow this just as an ornamental in like a front garden area, and it's going to be beautiful. And just the different colors, it just almost doesn't look real, especially like in I imagine one of those early spring days, when it's kind of like it's just starting to warm up, and you got this Swiss chard out there that's been like, yeah, it really like brings life and color into your life. So I appreciate the plant from that aspect, not even just from like how we eat it, but also just the color and the life that it brings into the spring garden whenever it's been the dead of winter and you're looking for the life and color in the garden again.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. It definitely could be grown just as an edible because that's I mean that's kind of how I feel about mustard too for me because there's varieties of mustard that are that beautiful that are grown as ornamental, and plus I don't like eating mustard, so it works out good for me. Yeah, it looks like everybody's excited about the Swiss chard. Oh, nice. Harry Warp said I had some growing in my front yard and people came to ask what they were. Yeah, 'cause they really are that beautiful. Yeah.
All right, next on my list is Li Ren Choi hybrid, a pak choi. So we're still trying to grow these the way that so we haven't had a ton of success in the past growing these, but it's usually been
Yes, we
um,
have. Um,
well,
we have a lot of beautiful pictures and videos of them growing in our wooden
this
raised
Friday
beds. Mhm,
it was awesome.
mhm.
Cool. Yeah,
It was not this past spring, but the spring before, we had a whole bunch of pak choi, um, in, like, perfect square foot guard like, it was
that
beautiful,
yeah.
gorgeous.
I think in the green stock though, we haven't really been able to pull them off in any of the
That's
green.
true. Yeah, that's
So
true.
that I'm hoping we'll be able to because I really want to have like just a whole level of just bok choy. You can say either way. Um, yeah, we don't use this a ton in cooking. That we mostly use this in stir fries is like the main use for it. But it's super. It's awesome for that. So it's on the list.
Okay, so I'm looking on my list really quick. I'm like, what have I forgotten again? Since I forgot the bright light Swiss chard, I couldn't believe that I
Pick
did
two.
that.
Got some purple stuff here I could pick.
Oh, okay. Let's go with the graffiti cauliflower. Let's see if I can. There it is. Look at this, you guys.
Wow.
Oh no, it says sold out. Oh, oh no. I'm very sad about that. Okay. Well, this is definitely one that I'm going to keep on my list and fingers crossed that it will be back in stock soon because this one, I mean, look at that, you guys. It's so pretty, right? Ugh, okay, I'm really sad now. Okay, let me think. Let me think. What did I do? Oh, completely off the wall different. Garbanzo beans. Okay. I am definitely going to be doing garbanzo beans again. I did them for the first time this last spring, and I was so excited to grow garbanzo beans because my son and I absolutely love hummus, and he was just amazed that we could like grow these beans and make our own hummus. Now, we actually did not get a chance to make hummus from them last year. We ate them raw actually, like out in the garden when we were doing them. So we didn't even get a chance to do hummus. So I'm hoping we can do and grow a whole lot more of them because they were really cool. They were very pretty and unique. Like they were super easy to grow. Like I just started them from seed. I kept them watered. I didn't really do a whole lot with these and they grew amazing. And so I'm definitely going to be having garbanzo beans on the list again and doing more of those.
I think the biggest thing you had to do with them was keep me from pulling them because I didn't recognize them and I thought they were.
Yes, he kept thinking that they were weeds because they do look similar to which weed was it? It's a weed that we do have out in our garden, and we had a lot of them. And Dale was like over there like pulling. I was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, I was like, no, this is what it is. And then he's like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm sure. And I even had to prove it to him. I pulled up Growbot, went to the identify plant, snapped a picture, and I was like, yep, you see, look, this is garbanzo beans.
All right, I'm gonna go
Ooh,
with
this is a good question. I would have to pull up Growbot and ask because I am not sure. Like, I didn't weigh them at all. I grew oh man, I don't even know how many plants I did. I probably did like 8 of them or so because I did like a couple rows. And then I don't know how much I got. I should have weighed him. But this is a great question to ask Robot in the Seed to Spoon app. If you go down there, you can just type this question in. I don't have it pulled up right now, but we can just type that into Growbot and it'll pull it up. Or maybe somebody can pull it up on Growbot and ask and let you know too in the comments. Harry Warp said he thought it was a weed too when it came out. Okay.
All right, my next pick is Purple Majesty potatoes.
Oh, another one of mine. You see, I'm not the only one who likes the purple plants.
To be honest, I think you searched for purple and just added them all to your list. That was how your list started.
I mean, it is technically. I mean, pretty much every purple variety I'm going to want. So,
This one in particular, I remember the 1 Yard Revolution channel that we started with, like one of our first gardening channels that we started watching when we first got into this whole thing. Patrick over there, I think that he doesn't do videos anymore, but his old ones are worth watching. There was like when we first found his channel, I get obsessed and I binge things when I find new things I like. And there was like a weekend where I think I was sick or something, and I just watched his videos on repeat. And it was like late at night, and Carrie was sleeping, and she woke up the next day, and like his intro music was just like burned into her mind because it was just like 300 videos of his in a row or whatever that I was watching. Anyway, that was the first place I learned about this Purple Majesty potato, and started growing it back then, and it's awesome. Purple mashed potatoes, like it's just like the kids think it's super interesting, and again, all the health benefits you get out of having all the different colors, comes with all the different nutrients and stuff. So, if you're gonna dip your toe into the purple waters, this is one to start with. It's really easy to grow, and one of the cool things about potatoes is you buy them once and you can have them forever. You can keep saving potatoes from them. You're really not gonna have a choice a lot of the time because there's gonna be little scraps of potatoes left behind. You're gonna end up with all these mystery potatoes coming up, and that's kind of the situation we're in now, where we have a lot of smart pots out there that are going to have potatoes popping up in the spring automatically. So Purple Majesty is definitely one to start with if you're going to grow your own potatoes.
yeah, and again, like it's so easy to grow too. And like we get one of the large smart pots, like the 15-gallon smart pots, and we just plant, a couple in there. We usually do like 4, maybe 5, and then we fill it up about halfway with soil, plant these in there, and then we let them start to grow a little bit in the smart pot and then add a little bit more soil on top of it. And then, that's really all that I do. I do like heavy composted soil on top, and then you just let them grow. And then once the top just starts to die back, we just dump it out. Poof, we have a whole bunch of purple potatoes. And like Dale said, it is so much fun. The kids love purple mashed potatoes. There's just something so unique and fun about that. Okay, let's see. Ooh, let's go with another fun one. Dragon carrots. I love these dragon carrots. And I wish that they had seed tape in this, because this is probably my new favorite variety of carrots to grow. The name, of course, is super fun. Our son, like he always wants to grow the dragon carrots, so that it helps to get the kids involved. If there's the fun name, like we have dinosaur kale, we have dragon carrots, we have all these fun things we're growing. And but yeah, look at these. They're so pretty. They grow incredible. These are probably one of the best carrots that I've grown personally. Well, and the next one I'm going to include, but these are like one of my favorite carrots that we've ever grown. I love them.
Okay, I'm going to go with what you actually just mentioned, dinosaur kale. So it's called lacinato. I think that's how you spell it. But this is also known as dinosaur kale. It's a really cool kale to grow. It does. All kale does great in the winter. So kale is one of the things that you can grow. If you get it started in the fall, it'll grow all winter. It'll grow in the summer too, but it'll get more bitter. So It's something we're really only eating in the spring. So I'll have the baby mixed kale, and then I'll have this for like the large leaves of kale. And it's fun to get the kids involved. And also, if we are going to have like larger pieces of kale, this is the one I'm going with.
You know what? I can't believe that you didn't do the other kale. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do it. This
Uh
the white Russian kale. This one, oh my goodness, it is so prolific. We
yeah.
grew this last. It lasted. It was crazy. It lasted like most all summer long too, and it
Mhm.
was just the most hardy kale. It lasted all winter, and then lasted like clear to like the middle of summer. I was just amazed at how well this grew, and it was like a good 4 feet tall by the end of summer whenever it finally got hit by the heat. But it was just huge and gorgeous, and it was perfect because like we could always just have kale. Like anytime we wanted kale, I was like, I know which kale plant I'm going to because it had so much I could harvest from. And yeah, like there that was my go-to kale last year. So I definitely have to call out the white Russian kale seeds because they, yeah, it grew just amazing. It grew like a weed.
I think that pretty much takes all the kale off the board. We drafted all the kale at this point. I'm going to go with one that's probably Carrie's least favorite on this list, which is Savannah
Oh,
High. So Carrie famously hates mustard. I love mustard, and I've one like the way I found that I like to use mustard is basically replacing anywhere I would normally use the condiment mustard. So where this I use this most is either on like a hamburger or on a chicken sandwich, something that I normally would have put mustard on before. I just take a couple leaves instead. You get the same mustard flavor, but you get a lot more health benefits out of it. So this is really the only reason I'm growing mustard is for hamburgers and chicken sandwiches, but it's worth it for that reason. And it's really easy to grow as well.
well, yeah, and I the other varieties of mustard too, like I actually really like not to eat, obviously, but just to look. I mean, here I can pull up some of the like there's really pretty varieties in here. Not that I'm going to pick them for me, but like look at this red giant mustard. Like there's a lot of really pretty like and this looks ornamental too. So when I was talking about like the Swiss chard bright lights, like this is very similar to that for me. Like this is very vivid, like red purple, like it's super pretty.
One thing that's fun if you do have a wife that hates mustard, you can take a leaf and say, "Try this new spinach I grew," and hand it to her.
He's done this to me so many times. You would think that at some point I would learn to not try food from him, but I will never learn that probably.
Well, now that you keep track of the garden and the app and everything, it's gonna be hard to sneak stuff by you. You're way too organized.
Okay. I said earlier I was going to do my carrot next, but I had to throw in my kale after you did. Um so of course, this rainbow blend carrots are one of my favorites. So besides that those dragon carrots, this rainbow blend is top of the list too. It is amazing and absolutely beautiful and fun to grow. And I did the seed tape because honestly, planting carrots is probably my least favorite thing to do out in the garden because those seeds are just so tiny. And then if you do accidentally drop a bunch in, you have to go through and thin them down or else you're going to have like all sorts of like weird misshapen carrots and they're going to try to grow together. So it can be challenging to plant carrots. So that's why I love this so effortless seed tape. It definitely makes it so effortless for sure just by taking this tape and you just bury it slightly in the soil and voila, like just keep it moist. There you go. It is perfectly spaced out already for you. You barely have to do anything. It is by far the easiest way to plant carrots in the entire world. So definitely try out those if you're going to grow some carrots. And they have different varieties too of seed tapes and all of that too that you could do.
All right, I'm
Did
gonna
I add
go.
this one to my cart? Did I add it already? I don't know if I did. I don't think I did.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with another kohlrabi. So Express Forcer. This is the kohlrabi that we've grown the most, I believe. Carrie, you know our garden better than I do at this point. This is the one we've grown the most? And
Yes.
well, I mean, we've had success with all kohlrabi, but this is the one that's been like the first one we grew, and it's super reliable. So
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Before Park Seed got that Constance kohlrabi, this was my go-to kohlrabi as well. But then once they carried the purple kohlrabi, I'm like, sorry, Express Forcer, I'm growing this purple one now.
well, you can have both. You have a mix of them together.
Yep, there we go. Okay, I do need to do the sugar snap peas. These super sugar snap peas. I definitely need to add these to the cart too because I need to have a bunch of peas. And this is always our go to pea that just does amazing for us. We plant it along like all of our trellises out in the garden in the early spring. And it is a I mean, it's a tried and true amazing performer every season, whenever every cool season, and it's definitely one of our favorites. But it definitely does need a trellis. It's not like that tiny patio pea that I added earlier. Um, this one will need a trellis and it will need more space. But with that comes a whole lot more peas and a lot more benefits too.
On this one too, we have the bulk sizes, so it might be worth getting a quarter pound on that one because we're going to do this one along pretty much all the trellises we have in the spring
Yeah.
because there's nothing to grow on the trellises in the spring, so it's pretty much all peas.
Yep. We grow a lot of peas.
There's a video on our YouTube somewhere of Carrie planting peas in a pea costume. Y'all should go check that
Oh my goodness. You see the things that Dale talks me into doing? It
out.
was I don't even know how many years ago that was, but it was in the snow and we are like, "Hey, we have this pea costume laying around." And like the kids and I all got dressed up in these costumes. Like I had a pea costume. I think they were carrot costumes or something. I don't even know. And we all went out in the snow and planted and Dale recorded it all and posted it.
Hey, we tried to do more than that. We actually had a whole song that was a spoof on Let It Go from Frozen
Oh
that
yeah.
she was going to sing out in the garden, and yeah, we didn't do all that.
Yeah. Oh, let me grow, right? Let me grow. Let me
Yeah.
grow. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like trying to think of that.
Okay, I'm gonna go next on my list with some radishes. So the Park Seed Beauty Blend radish seeds.
These are my favorite radishes. Yeah.
I like radishes because they're really easy to grow and they make me feel like a really good gardener. It's just nice now and then to just plant some seeds and come back in a month and see, hey, that grew. So this is more of a mental health growing item than it is a culinary item for me. I'm not a huge fan of how they taste. I'm trying to learn to like them. Some people have given us some ideas on how to cook them differently, so I'm going to keep trying. But this is a big mental health grow because it feels cool to plant seeds and harvest it. And this is something you can have really quick. It's a great way to involve your kids. If you're a teacher out there, please grow some radish seeds for your class. They will love it. It's cheap enough where you could grow a whole pack of them. Each kid gets a radish. They can try and eat it. They'll pretend they like it, but they really won't. Um,
But I will say they have a lot of fun harvesting the radish, especially this variety too, because they're all different colors. It's the same as like that rainbow blend too. They love like pulling them out and like yelling out what color they get. Like every time they pull a new one, they're like, "Oh, it's yellow! Oh, it's red!" Like every single time, they just get really excited because it's a different color, and it makes harvesting really fun. We're getting lots of tips for how to do radishes.
yeah, that's the roasting one was the one I was looking to try.
Yeah. Okay. Are we still doing more? We're at 55 minutes.
I don't know how many we've picked.
I don't
let's
even
do
know
one
too.
more each, and then we'll.
Okay, I haven't done onions yet, and I of course have to do. Oh no, I didn't do. Oh, there. I don't know. I have two. Okay, I'm gonna do the shallots because I do need to. I mean, look at these. Look at these, you guys. Look at
Oh,
how beautiful this is. The creme brulee shallot seeds. And these, like, I need to get them now because I need to get them started. The onion sets, I probably, like, I won't need them for a little bit because I'll plant them further into the spring. But these, like, I will start these indoors in the biodome and get these going. So I do need some of these. I'm very excited.
yeah, those look awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my last pick is dark side hybrid spinach. So I started it off with Imperial Star. That was a spinach that we used as a tortilla replacement. This is more of a standard spinach. So I'll harvest these as small leaves, and we will either chop them up and throw them in a wrap, or just use them whole in a salad. These are great for like a little like spinach salad as well. So um, one of each on the types of spinach, and this is my favorite for just like the baby leaf type of spinach.
Can I do one more?
Yeah,
Okay.
anywho.
Because I realized that I didn't do my radicchio. And this
Uh,
is like a unique one
that
that I'm like,
that would have been a travesty.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, look at this. It's so cool. Yeah, I have to grow this. It's just something fun and unique. Like I was talking to you guys earlier about how I had like one head lettuce that I was going to do. Like this is a type of a sort of ish lettuce, but it's different. And I like to have like different, like I told you, like different flavors and textures and things like that. And yeah, yeah, want to do something fun.
We have 3 minutes. You can do another one. You sure there's not another one you want to?
Oh, probably. I'm sure that I have a million other ones that I
Looking
want
at
to
my
do.
list, let me throw up a couple here on my list just quickly. So, other potatoes that I had on my list that I didn't get to: Golden Globe right here, which is like a replacement for the Yukon Gold. Um,
Oh, they're sold out of that one. I can't add it.
well, darn. Look, go to just the potato page for me. Could you go to just the
Mhm.
potatoes?
Oh, we forgot German butterball. Remember growing
My
those?
gosh, yeah.
Oh, these were so just like the Australian crescents, like these were very similar because and they're appropriately named called butterball. They are perfect for mashed potatoes because they honestly like don't even need butter added to them. They already taste incredible themselves, which was incredible. Yeah, I loved these ones. Can't believe we forgot that one.
We've reached the part of the Walmart trip where we're going off the list and we're just adding other stuff. So that's like, oh yeah, we need that too. Oh, that looks good. Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
we're shopping
Always
hungry.
get real excited.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our list for cool season vegetables. Again, we're going to be coming back next week to do flowers. So we're
And
going
we
to do the same thing we just did for cool season flowers. But before we do that, Carrie, do you have a winner picked out?
I do. I'm popping it in right now. So we do have a winner, and this person is going to be able to get. I'm lost it. Okay. They are going to be able to get a free 1 year premium seed to spoon app subscription, along with a free seed packet from one of the seeds that we talked about today from Park Seed, which there's a lot of amazing varieties right there for you to choose from. So I'm really excited for you. And with the Seed to Spoon app subscription, you can also get free shipping on all of your Park Seed orders too, which is huge. So, yeah, drum roll, everybody. Congratulations to Susan Hara. So send us an email at info@seedtospoon.net and I will get you all hooked up.
I'm seeing
What's
Ben. I see Ben on the. what you popped up?
Weird. I see Susan.
Hmm. I think it was
It's
showing
supposed to
last.
say Susan Hera, so hopefully it says the right name for you guys too. So congratulations, Susan Hera, if it says Susan. Um, so yes, send me an email. We will get you all hooked up. I'm very excited for you. Yeah, it's exciting. And like Dale said, next week we're going to be going through and talking all about our favorite flowers, getting those ordered. Very exciting. I love it. Yep. Okay. Well, we will see you all next week. Same time, same place.